So I want to quickly talk about Predator Poachers New Jersey. And the reason why I want to talk to him is because he did a video not that long ago. And apparently he got arrested. I don't know how long that was for. Could have been just maybe a couple hours or whatever. But I'm starting to. Here's the thing. I respect what he does, and I still watch his videos and stuff like that. Still support his work. I am starting to have certain issues with him. Mainly his bravado, as you will sit there and say. You know, when you watch the last video, not his recent one, the one before that, where I think he's talking about the guy who wanted to meet a 13-year-old girl, and his girlfriend also wanted to meet this 13-year-old girl. I thought that shit was sick. I really want to kind of dive more into the girlfriend's part, but the cops came in, and they started talking to the predator, and they told the officer told Ramsey, I guess was his name, the leader, told the guy to step towards the car, and he's all like, well, I only have to be 10 feet away. I only have to be 10 feet away. The Supreme Court, tells me I only have to be 10 feet away. The guy's like, yo, I need you to go to the car. I don't need you by me. I don't care if it's 10 feet away, if it's 20 feet away. If I tell you to do something, do it. Don't sit there and fucking backtalk me. This is the issue that I have with him and just some people in general, is that, at the end of the day, you're not in charge. The officer is. And to sit there and try to act like you are in charge is not only fucking delusional, but just straight up annoying. If the officer is sitting there saying, I need you to step back, the officer says, I need you to go to the car. Go to the fucking car. I don't understand what the issue is. And, he made it more of an issue than it needed to be. And, him and his partners are making it more of an issue than it needs to be. Now, another squad car or whatever comes up, and I guess the guy doesn't want to be on camera and stuff like that, and one of his cameramen is like, oh well, we on 13 point live people, so if you want to say what's up, it's like, bro, shut up, just shut up. You're there to sit there and catch the fucking pedophile. You're not there to sit there and make the officers, make the cops or whatever feel uncomfortable being on camera, because he didn't ask to be on camera. Okay, he didn't ask you to have a camera practically shoved in his face. And so I felt like that comment was just fucking unnecessary. And then there was one point where he grabs the guy's phone. He starts to try to grab the cameraman's phone, and the guy's like, what are you doing? Now, I do admit that I gotta sit there and say there could have been a better way of handling that instead of just grabbing his phone like that. But basically, the other officer, when he got there, he was like, listen, that's evidence, and we need to take the evidence. Now, I don't like the way he did it, but at the end of the day, you have to sit there and remember about these pedophiles and stuff like that, is that you guys, are vigilantes. You're vigilantes. That's the bottom fucking line. You guys are vigilantes. And although you have rights and you have laws and stuff like that, it's just much more easier, sometimes to comply with the cops than to be resistant and just, I don't want to sit there and say hostile, but, try to act like, oh, I know the law and you can't do this and you can't do that. And it's like, bro, you're the fucking civilian. They're the cop. That's, this whole trying to talk back to people. And granted, this isn't the first time I saw, I guess his name is Ramsey, the head guy of Predator Poachers, Jersey. This isn't the first time that I've seen him, try to talk back and this, that, and the third and shit like that. He did it in another video. Where I guess the cops just kind of, you see in the beginning, the cops just kind of just bust on the door or whatever and telling people to stand back and shit. And there's a point where he is talking to one of the officers, and he's arguing with them about something, and talking about, I need to see a supervisor, this, that, and the third, and da 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 da. And even in his latest video, he's like, well, you should, what he says, he always sits there and talks about how, I know one of the detectives and I work with him really closely, this, that, and the third, and blah, 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 blah. This guy doesn't care. Unless you're on camera and you ask him to speak to a supervisor. I mean, what is the point of even sitting there saying, well, I know it's detective and stuff like that? What is that going to do? Is that going to lower the officer's guard and be like, oh, Jimmy from, oh, okay, cool. Like, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. I don't really understand why he always sits there and talks about how I know this officer and I talk with this guy and I've been doing this and been doing that. And it's like, bro, they don't care. The officer that's on the scene at this point does not care. I don't understand why he feels the need to brag. And I'm just going to sit there and say it right out. Brag about the guy, about the officer that he talks to, the detective that he knows. No one cares. Talks about sometimes, oh, I'm with this community and we have over 4,000. Bro, no one cares. Okay, stop bragging to the fucking cops about how you work with an organization nationwide, this, that, and the third. They have phones. They can look their shit up, okay? They don't need you to sit there and brag to them about how many... Yeah, Listen, here's the thing. I'm not going to sit there and try to come across like... I'm not trying to come across like I'm, being a dick to him and stuff like that. And, him going out doing what he does. Because what he does is something that I don't see myself doing. And I don't see a lot of people doing, and I don't even see the cops doing as much. So I give him all the fucking kudos in the world. I really, really, really do. My only issue is the fact that he sits there and he seems like he has somewhat of an authority, like, problem. Where he doesn't like being told what to do, and he acts as though he's on the same fucking level as the cops and stuff, and you're not. You're a vigilante, know your place. You're doing great fucking work. Just know your place. I was gonna sit there and do a thing about Alex, but maybe I'll just save that for another video. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. I just want to kind of quickly talk about Predator Poachers Jersey's somewhat latest video. I know he did drop another one, and I'm going to sit there and check it out. And from the previews, I can already tell that he is just going to seem like... Sometimes, there's a say, you gotta know when to hold him, when to fold him. And this guy just seems like the type of person that's just, I'm going to say what I want to say, and that's just going to be that. And he doesn't really care. And sometimes I sit there and think, are you just, you can't just be doing this for the camera. Like, this is just generally how you are. And while I do commend what he does, when it comes towards dealing with officers and stuff like that, I'm not saying you got to be kissing their ass and being like, oh, and being super nice and stuff like that, but you have to know your place. You have to know your fucking place, and it's your, when an officer comes in, they have authority, as far as like lead on this whole, predator and stuff like that, and how you handle yourself, how you talk to people makes a big difference. No one's sitting there saying, I want this guy to kiss their ass. I don't. But you know what I'm saying? I feel like, and if you're watching this or whatever, you have to learn how to talk to these officers better than what you're doing. You bragging about you work with officers, just stop. Just fucking stop. Because no one cares, okay? Stop bragging about the detectives and people that you work with. Stop bragging about how many times you've gotten people arrested with the officers. Stop bragging about that shit. And, learn to listen and obey what the officers are asking. It's not like they're asking for shit unreasonable. Even when he was asking to have him step, towards the car, and he's not telling them, well, I only have to be 10 feet away. Just stop. Stop. Because you know what, to be honest, you want to sit there and talk about how you want to work with these cops and these officers and stuff like that and have a good relationship and stuff like that, then do it. Do it. Don't sit there and start back talking them and be all like, well, I don't have to listen and I don't have to do this and I don't have to do that and Supreme Court. Don't sit there and start chiming all fucking laws and shit, okay? You're not a lawyer. That I know of, you're not a fucking lawyer. Unless you actually have your fucking law degree or whatever, you are not a lawyer, okay? Know your place. You know? Don't sit there and try to act like you and the cops are on the same fucking level as far as you can tell other people what to do. You're not on the same level as fucking law enforcement. You're not. You are technically considered a vigilante, so know your place. And that's pretty much what I have for this video. I wasn't even gonna do a video on them until I was watching the video halfway and realized that I was like, what are you doing, B? Like, when it got to the point where the officer told him to step away from the car, step towards the car, and he started trying to tell the officer what he was gonna do, that's when I was just like, alright, bro. And at that point, here we are. So, that's pretty much going to be it for the video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, commenting, subscribing, all that good stuff. I really do appreciate it. And bro, last thing I will sit there and say, stop bragging about how many fucking subscribers you got. We all can fucking count, okay? We can all sit there and see your subscribers on, your page, Sometimes he does this thing towards the end. He's like, oh, we done got up to 40 million subscribers. Bro, just stop. And I really wish a lot of them would. You're gonna get subscribers regardless. People are very interested in the whole predator catching stuff like that. You don't need to sit there and brag about how many fucking subscribers you got, okay? Every time he does that, I start rolling my eyes. I'm like, bro, I don't care. I'm a subscriber. You got a new subscriber tomorrow. You got a new subscriber 18 minutes ago. Okay, we get it. We get it. We get it. We get it. Just fucking stop. No one cares about how many fucking subscribers you got. But yeah, that'll do it for this video. So, thanks for watching. Keep washing your goddamn hands. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.